Hello. Hello, everybody. So, class 3 today. Hello. Hello. I have the phone a little bit different today. Trying to see if this works better for me. I can't really read the comments in this position, but I think it's better for me to put my hands like that. I'll just put here something to hold. So today, class 3, I haven't touched my face since last class. I didn't even work on the eye like I said I would or I might. So I will do everything today with you guys. I posted some of my students' results on my Instagram stories, and it's really nice. I'm very happy with them. A lot of them are sculpting along with me. And if you guys want to take a look, it's on my Instagram stories and also on my Facebook page stories. And let's see what's going to happen today. So last class, we worked on some details, right? So first class, we measured everything, started like some basic shapes, and then second class, we start adding some details so we can recognize the face a little bit better. And today, before we keep on going with details here, what I want to do is remeasure everything. Hi, Thiago. And why is that? Because as we give details, we might lose track of measurements and, change it a little bit, and that will, we won't really notice until we remeasure everything. I mean, once you train your eye, you will notice and just measure whatever you think it needs to be measured. But let's just remeasure everything so beginners can, know the importance of keep on measuring and don't forget to do it. So I'm going to start with what I think is wrong. That is the large, like how large my nose is. I think it's quite more large than his. So I will remeasure all the way up to the nostrils, the two nostrils. Okay, so once I measure here, yeah, this position that I put here, it didn't really work for me, but now it's already like that. So I will lock my caliper and I'm going to remeasure, and look at that. It's wrong. It's much larger than it should. So I'm just gonna place it here, try to center nicely and press it down so you guys can see. Look at that. Can you see? So that's off. I have to remove it from here. Hello, Mexico. So there we go. Let's remove this excessive nostril here. Make gameplay OF Spore. Make gameplay OF Spore. I don't know what that is. Just want to let you know that I saw it. Well, the sitting bull was a choice of my students and also one of my followers that guessed. I made a guess game on my page, and he was the one that guessed first. So he said sitting bull, and then I put for voting on my classes on Patreon, and he also won in there. Hello. All right, so I fixed the size of that. As you guys can see, it reduced quite a bit, the nose. And let's keep on measuring everything just so we're sure that we can keep on adding details and we won't have to destroy after we realize that it's not in the right position. So the inner corner of the eyes right there. It's quite right. Don't need to change that. Now the outside, let's see how far they go here. There. Thank you. Yeah, it's quite right. It could be a little bit smaller here, so we can, you know, the eyes are something that I'll probably have to measure again after, because we have to keep on touching the eyes so much to get it perfect that once a while it's good to measure just to see if it was kept in the right measurement. I'm going to measure now the bridge of the nose right on top here, into two different parts, like here, that is like where it gets this curve, like you see the shade here. So I want to know where this shade happens in here. So this is the thicker part of the bridge. All right, is correct. And now the thinner part of the bridge, which is really thin right there. There you can see it's like taller. It's very thin nose here. And it can be even thinner than what we have. So let me reduce even more. So as you guys could see, I removed just from the top. I'm not removing from here because the bottom is correct. So it opens, as it goes down, it opens. And I'm just making the top thinner here. I'll show you guys once we actually build this bridge, because it's not builded. Once we really build it, then I'm going to explain all these shapes around here. Okay? All right, now bottom of the nose, not the full nostrils like we did, but kind of like this part, the center of the nose here. Okay? So you kind of like, you have to look at the shades. You can see shades here. And follow these shades. So around there, it's correct. It could be even larger actually, to be honest. Like it doesn't need to have this center so marked. It can be more like a rounded shape here. There we go. I'll work on details later on. I just want to make sure that I have all the measurements. Now, the lips. All right, marked in there. And then the end of the shades here. Just making sure to show you guys everything that can be measured, so it can be farther there. Make it especially more this side here. Just so you guys know how important it is to keep on measuring and giving the right size and distances of everything on your face. If you have the need, measure again from the center of the eye to the end of the nose here. See if it's correct. It's probably correct because we didn't move a lot. Unless your clay is very soft, then it might change. Here, it's correct. What else can we measure? Oh, let's measure because we didn't really work on the cheekbones. So let's measure now how far his cheekbones are. This is a characteristic from native that is like a high cheekbone. Nice and strong. Features right there. And we can see, I can even get bigger on the back. The front is good, in the back, no, it's good. Look, when I go to the back, I have the right size. And the front is smaller because it is smaller. If you go here, you can see the shades. Now let's measure some jaw. We didn't really work on jaw, but just to give us an idea on the face shape, we can get the work on this jaw. But I'm gonna still stick with leaving the jaw for later. Something else you can measure here is how much apart this strong wrinkle is from each other, like that. So you go for like the end of it, and then the beginning of it is right behind the nostrils. So right, quite right there. And now I just have to bring it closer to the nose because I kind of made the nostrils smaller, so I have to bring it closer to meet up with the new nostril that I made in there. All right, so that's good enough. We have all the measurements redone. Redone? Is that how do you say it? Oh boy, you guys learn sculpting, I learned English. 10 years in Canada, and I still don't speak good English. And here I will bring a little bit closer to the nose. And that's quite okay already. All right, I like it much better now with the smaller nose. Now, before we keep on working on details, let's keep on looking for what we have, comparing to his pictures in other angles, so we can keep on going with more confidence that we are getting this right. So let's use this picture now. You guys can print out this file if you're new in class, if you didn't watch the other ones. This file is available on my Patreon, which is my private classes. Actually, this class should be private, but I'm doing it for free during COVID time. If you guys still want to join my Patreon, either to support my work or to watch all the preview classes, they are all available in there, and there's a lot of classes right there. So you can print this file, is released public, so you can just go there and find the file. Just put the tag Sitting Bull class, and you're going to see the post about Sitting Bull, and the file is going to be there. Okay, all right, so now when we look to a picture on a half profile like that, what we want to find is this line here. Okay, so in order to find this line, we have to try to place, you're going to have a bigger sculpture here because it's closer to the camera while the picture is flat in the back. So this is going to be bigger, but it doesn't matter. You can still see and find the right shape. So what you have to do is try to put in the exactly same position as your picture. So I am trying to do it, look into the camera, not, I have to stand up here. I'm going to try to look to the camera, not to, so I can show the same as my eyes can see, because if I look from a different angle, I'm not going to be able to see good. So it's kind of like this. See, I'm looking to what I can see from the nose and what I can see from the nose here. And that's kind of what it is. And I can see something here that this needs to be deeper here, see? Because this can be higher, because it has a pretty strong cheekbone here. It can be higher. And then the lips here, I think, can be larger, curve, to match him better. Okay, so what we're going to try to do is try to find, to put in here exactly what we can see here, or change what is wrong. So I think what I can see wrong is just this, it's too high. So I'm going to make it deeper so when we turn around like this, it's not this curve here is more inside there. So I'm going to bring this down here more. And then when I do this, now I have this curve better, see? There. I didn't work the forehead yet, so I'm just concerned about here, this curve. And we're gonna fill up the cheeks here. We didn't do it yet, so this is good. So this is pretty much what I can get from here. I think I can have this a little bit larger, because you can see here, and mine is completely in, so it's missing volume here. So this is something I can do it right now. It's give some volume here. All right, before I go ahead, any doubts? Any question? Feel free to ask anything. I am here paying attention to the comments while I knead my clay here, get it softer. And if you missed the first two classes, they are available. Just go on playlist and find Sitting Bull class. All the classes are there. Hi. Hi, Reese. So how am I going to give volume here? I'm going to place some clay right there. Maybe that's too much, but I'm just putting a lot so you guys can see. This is what I want, to place more clay on this area to get this curve to be a little bit more open. That's too much clay here. Let me go smaller. And you don't need to put on yours unless when you look at this image, you see the same that I saw on mine, okay? Like some changes, just I am going to be the one needing to do. You guys might not need. So I'm just going to add. I'm not doing any blending here. I really pretty much just adding right now. So I can take a look on the side. So much love. I couldn't read the whole thing. Sorry, I was looking at my shapes here. Okay, I'm not really blending it too good. I just want to blend enough so I can see how this is going to do. All right, and I still want to see the wrinkle. And now I'm gonna go back here and see if that is more. Oh, can you see the difference now? Let me go back to this. Don't look in here because here I didn't blend that in, okay? But look to this curve here. This one here. Right here. Oh, thank you. Right here. See this curve and right here. This is what I want. And now it's better, right? You guys see the difference? All right, once I have the right curve here, I'm going to blend in again to the mouth. Right there. Okay, that is good. Then you just have to go all the way up to the wrinkle. And maybe something else that I noticed is that there's more on this wrinkle here, but I'm not gonna add right now. Before, I will add the cheek here. Cheek. I never know how to say that word. I never know if I'm saying right, if I'm saying baby chicken. English has a lot of words that are pretty similar, but they don't mean the same, and I always get a bit confused. Glass eyes. Oh, on my Etsy shop, I have, no, my biggest one right now is 5 millimeters, but I'm working on making more eyes, different sizes. Other than that, I'm not sure because I make mine, I don't buy. Here I'm gonna bring down a little bit more spread because there's like a big ball here that it's not right. So I'm just making sure to, you know, blend in, slowly get this to the back. Not let just suddenly a big bump in there. All right, and this being so tall, it will help us to build up this wrinkle that he has in here. See, it's coming from this tall part right here, and then it becomes a wrinkle. Hello? Am I back? I think my connection fell. Okay. I'm sorry. My internet has not been very good lately. I don't know why. Let's see if we can do this without losing connection. So I'm going to bring this in a little bit here and let it, the volume kind of like lower down here. Because this is like what I can see happening there. Hi, Suzanne. Oh, Suzanne is I didn't know you signed this channel. Thank you for your support. I don't know how to store it. It's just on Etsy, and search for Juliana Lupine, and you will find my store. There's only one Juliana Lupine store on Etsy. So I'm just gonna press down here. I don't want to lose the bump, but I think it's more down here, and then it come the wrinkle as it reaches down here. You see, I wasn't planning on building that wrinkle, but it kind of built it itself, so I'm just gonna go with it. It's looking good. So it keeps on going down here, which I might not even have to add something. I might just bring this in a bit. And I don't know why I'm looking to this side and sculpting this side, which is like I should be doing this side, but doesn't matter. I'm just gonna try to copy both sides. So it's gonna bring this in to kind of give more volume to this wrinkle, and if I think that I need to add some more, then I'll add later. There you go. That's what face. And as you do, you practice your eye and you start getting your eyes trained to see more and more and faster. So yeah, I would add some here. I don't think I'm gonna do that right now. So I'm gonna bring the wrinkle lower because it doesn't end there. It's almost all the way down there. Right? Almost all the way down there, and that's nice. I like it. It's looking more like him. Just bring this lip. It's too much. His lips are not that large. All right, I have to do the same thing this side now, and then the best way to do it is turning this way. It's an hour class, so we have 23 minutes, so we have almost 40 minutes left. So you see how we make this much larger there? Now we're gonna have to do the same thing this side. And I don't know if I'll do it right now, like symmetry, but that's how I work. Some sculptors prefer keep the symmetry as they go. And they'll put a little bit of clay in both and then smooth out together. I just work to give the symmetry later because I'm doing this wrong. So if you guys want to try what I just said, if you're going to feel more comfortable in adding the clay here and then smooth out later, I think this is more common. This is what people do more often. Or I might have put too much clay in there. It's okay. I'll remove slow. This person is Chief Sitting Bull. There you go. That's already. I mean, it's not perfect, the symmetry, but I will work on the perfect symmetry after or off camera because it's kind of annoying to be watching me just doing what I just did, trying to find exactly the same measurements. I just want to give you guys an idea how I search for it. And so you guys can do it there. This is basically what I do, is just this, Looking in this direction, see if it's the same curve. And then this direction, I can see there's some differences here, but slowly I'll do it. Okay, so this is already much more similar. And what is like the stronger thing that I look and I don't see on my sitting bull is the forehead, right? All this area here that we didn't be. Yeah. Trying to reconnect here. Am I back? Hello? Hello? Okay. Yeah, I don't know why it's so bad today. So I don't know if you guys heard, I was talking about how much the forehead and this skin that goes on top of the eyelid, we didn't do it yet. I mean, because the skin it goes straight down, then it kind of look like it's already there. I think I made a mark in there to fake it. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to start building up the forehead. And for that, first what I want to explain is that the forehead, I mean the male, they have this part here taller than females. And he has a very strong one here. See this? Am I back? I have, my daughter has a cold and she can't go to school, so she's probably on the internet. That's probably why. So this part must always be taller than this one. Don't do opposite, because sometimes we try to make this tall and then somehow I have students, and maybe even myself at the beginning, would not keep a curve and make kind of like a square here. No, make sure that we respect the curve of the forehead, so keep on coming down here, okay? So even if the brow goes up here, and here it goes down. Okay, so down here, up in the front like this, but down here. Last volume here. Do you understand? All right, I'll show. So make sure that this is down. And then, oh, but how much clay are we going to put in there? I don't know. Shall we check? We're going to follow how much volume he has in this picture. See, so we added here. See how much is, oh, look how similar it is. Mine is bigger because it's farther, but this curve is really good already with the lips here. I like it. And now the forehead. So it's kind of what I put, and then it goes in here. Let's go check more. As it reaches the center here, it goes down again. Are you shaky roll? What is shaky roll? What that is? If I shake? Yeah, I shake. I think it's still too much. I'm going to keep on bringing down until I can reach the same as I can see in that picture there. I guess you guys understood the idea, right? So I think that's enough. I'm gonna build it based on that. See here? It might be closer to the eye a little bit, but for that I'm gonna check in here. Yeah, that's what it is. It's closer, it's lower. So this is lower here. It's not as tall as I put. And males have this lower than females. And I always make more females, so that's my why I went so tall. So this is another thing you can measure, is how far away from the out corner of the eye, the eyebrow is going. So you see, like, just go for the tallest part here, kind of, so you have an idea. That's kind of it right there. Okay, now that we have the profile, we can work on the front. I'm gonna do one side, show one side, and I'll work on the other after. All right, so now we have the volume necessary for building the eyebrow. What happened here is we made a mark. Remember, we made a mark in class 2, this mark here. We kind of just marked there, but there's no volume. And if you see, if you look to an eye, we do have some volume here that slowly comes down from this curve here. So from here, this is the tallest part, and slowly comes down until it meets the eyebrow. And then here we have this mark, and here it digs in to form the eye. All right, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a little bit of clay in there to fill up this hole. There's pretty much a hole in there. See, this line cannot just exist because we marked it. It needs to exist because there's a volume here, and that is a shade. It's making that shade line. So I added the volume there. See, make sure to watch the anatomy, the basic anatomy for face that I have it in here. It's here on the channel, how to sculpt a face. Go in the playlists, and it talks about all the parts of the face, the anatomy, and you will see this part here. Hey, Juliana, love from Sinop, Turkey. Hello, Turkey. My daughters are going to be excited to be here in the class, seeing so many people from all over the world because they are studying the world map. They're studying all the countries. All right, so I added the volume. See the difference now. Now this line exists because there's a volume here and shade. But I'm going to smooth out and make it go really on an angle, slowly to the nose here. Round this down, all the way down there. This way. Till it meets the eyebrow. Okay, so we got here. Let's remark this. So if it's well marked, it's because down here it's well carved, like there's a nice hole in there if the shade is it's that big. Okay, and you can just blend in with the eyebrow as we reach here. Just blend in with. Leave it taller, but just kind of blend in. Okay, now we're going to see the shape of the top of the eyebrow here. Mine, if you see here how I pressed like deep here, and I left the eyebrow ending up here, and his is not like that. If you see the shape, it continue coming here, and it makes the curve down here. So it's slight. You have to work with shades. But his eyebrow doesn't seem to be like taller on here, so just smooth out this shade that I made here. There we go. I like that better. All right, now we have to fill in this space here. We cannot have that line. It does not exist, this line. It does exist a little shade, so there is a little bit of depth in there, but not a line, not like that. So what is it? It's because this skin comes from the eyebrow here, and it's falling on top of his eyelid right there. Let's see if I can zoom in, and you guys can see here. See, the eyelid is under this skin that fell from here. But there is not a line there. That doesn't exist. So let's cover that up and do this slowly. All right. So what you can do here is you can add the clay. Hello. Like this. And this is going to go, and this is a bit too much. Let me get a little bit smaller. Try to make like a little drop. The Queen of England. Ooh, that'll be interesting. All right, so I'm adding this skin so it can go on top of the eyelid there. And it's going to meet the eyebrow. And it's going to keep on going here and meet up this part. So as we go here, we can blend in, making it lose the volume until it meets this eyelid, this skin there. And here. And as it goes in the eyebrow, it goes under this wrinkle, and as it goes here, it has some depth, but then it meets the eyebrow pretty decently without a line. And it falls on top of the eye. Right there. And keep on coming here. Thinks his eyebrow is a little bit larger than what I did. We can work on that later. There you go. All right, now I'm going to dig a little bit more here because I can see that this mark, it's a little bit deeper than what I did. See? Am I going too fast? You guys can stop me if I'm going too fast. There you go. And then this I can smooth out with the brush later. I don't need to worry about smoothing perfectly now because as long as there's not a line, I'm good with that. All right, now what I'm going to see is I can see that his eyebrow actually, oh, okay. It's not straight. If you make a line straight up in the eye, the end of the eye, you can still see volume here out of the line. So his eyebrow keep on going a little bit more than I put in here, I think. So I'm going to add some volume. Make sure to add the volume lower on this side. You can't add volume here, okay? Because then you're gonna bring this up. The volume is here. It keeps on following the line. It's just give the eyebrow more to come there. All right? And that's not going to affect the profile, see? Because it's not in the right spot to affect the profile. It's below. It's into the back there. Yeah, when we reach these parts that are like more details, maybe you guys can scope a little bit along with me, and then you have to watch pausing and trying to get the shape right. Because it's a bit more complicated when you reach the details. So don't worry if you're not being able to scope along. Take your time. That's might be better there. I'm still not completely, absolutely happy with this, but I'm gonna give myself as satisfied right now. Okay, that's good. And I'm gonna go back and give it that wrinkle because it's pretty strong in his feature there. He does have more wrinkles, but just the one, it's enough for me to see. And I'm gonna get rid of this dip thing here because it kind of gets on my way, and I want to give more the better shape for his forehead too. So this cannot be that deep. I'm going to cover up here. Yes, everything is recorded. You can watch everything later. And even like in 5 years, if you decide to do it, it's probably going to be here unless YouTube removes. I won't. And you can do it. So if you want to order the skull at my shop and start it as soon as you get the skull, or if you decide that you're going to do like next month or whatever, you can always do it. All the classes are going to be recorded. And you can watch as many times as you need. Oh, look at that. That's much better. Now I can see him much better. That hole in there was really bothering me. All right, much better. And when we do that, we have to kind of like keep on coming with the cheekbone in here. The cheekbone must be larger. There we go. I can see him much better now. I still think that this is... Just work on details for the eyes to make it more similar, but it's pretty good. I can see a lot. I think the details with the brush are going to help me to get it correct. All right, something else that is bothering me too much is still this, the shape of his face here, so I'm going to fix that. So this, he doesn't have this so deep here. See, there's not such a division in here. So I will add some more. Guys, if it's too much, I can stop here and we can keep on going next week. If you think it's going to be too much for next week, because we still have to work the other side, I can stop here and we can keep on going next week. Do you prefer? Just fixing the symmetry on the nose here. Was that too many information already? Oh, you know what we forgot to measure? Yeah, I know, but it's because people are sculpting with me and they have a week to reach me, so they might be nervous because it's too much content. It's the size of the nostril too. It's important to measure up. Hey, well, we didn't, so just make sure to measure yours as well, especially on the profile. It's a good way to measure. So what do you guys think? Like, who's sculpting along with me? Is this too much? Should I stop? Or should we keep going? I don't want you guys to get all late and all stressed out that you're not being able to reach me. You sure, Marcia? All right, the students are here and they're saying I can keep going. All right. All right, let's keep going then. Okay, so I will add this. You see, the cheekbone here, it is attached to this wrinkle with some volume right here, not so deep in here. And also, it's important to do the teardrop. That is, we have this curve here, and if you look, you can still see this curve coming. Like, this is normal that we have in the face, is this. So this is, I call the V of the nose. I don't know because I see a V here. I call it the V of the nose. It's not the real name, it's just how I call it because I see the V. And then it comes down here, and then in here it's still, there's a volume in this area that is a muscle that goes on, to the nose, and that's where our tears come out of our mouth. It comes to the side because it follows the teardrop here. So I will add some volume there first, right here. Be careful when you add this volume. Don't add all the way to the top of the nose here. It's below the nose, so let me show on the profile. It gives the bottom of the nose more, makes it larger, but not the top. So, see, you can't add all the way to the top here. You have to have the bridge, a space for the bridge of the nose to stay thin. Okay, so right there, and you blend in. My clay is so hard because it's cold here. You blend in slowly down here. Bring this muscle here and see, carve it down because there is a, you can see this mark here. All right, now it cannot be that tall, so I will slowly bring it down. And it contours the eye, comes here, it meets here, see. Right there. And you can see this line here, okay? This is not just in Who is Tired or older people. We all have, even little kids. Get it. Okay, so that just raised this wrinkle a little bit more, and it makes this space worse, and that's what I wanted to cover, this space. But first I needed to have the right size here, so I know the right amount of clay to put in here. So I'm going to add here some more volume and go all the way to the cheekbone here, connecting this wrinkle with the cheekbone, leaving a space here, because if you see, here is deeper. See? But not here. Not here. I mean, it's a little bit deeper, but not as deeper as here. So there we go. No, not really. I mean, making the wrinkles to look good is a bit of more work, but also making a smooth face is hard. You know, making portrait can be challenging, very challenging if the person doesn't have strong features. Then it's very challenging. But if they have strong features, is usually you can get the face pretty fast. Sometimes you don't. It really depends. Okay, now can you guys see better? Look, now we can see this shade here, right? We can see the separation of this part here that has a volume, right there. There is a little bit of a deeper part here, but not as deep as we had before, but slightly deep, and here is deeper. And now we can see this happening right here. We still cannot see this curve because this is thin. You see, he has more, the volume of his wrinkle here is larger than mine. Mine is dying too soon. So I'm going to add a little more. But you guys you have to look at yours and see if yours needs the same as mine. Look at yours, look to your picture. Don't just add what I'm adding because yours might already have enough. Okay? So I'm trying to just copy this area here now. And as you can see, the volume keeps on going all the way down here, but it dies as almost to the chin. It kind of gives a little bit of a size to the chin. It looks like it connects together, so I think it can come lower here and connect to the chin right here. I'm gonna go all the way down, and this is going to connect to the chin here, making the chin look larger. See? That's why his chin looks so larger. It's not really his chin. His chin ends here. But because of that, it looks like it's a large chin. I don't know how to say that, guys. I hope you guys understand because of the full sentence. You know what I'm talking about? I know it doesn't sound right. Hola, Colombia. That's looking better. And now I'm going to put a little bit of more jaw this side. I'm not going to worry about this side because I will destroy anyway. And I'm going to try to get the same shape. Hola, Chile. South America all here. And I'm from Brazil, but I'm in Canada right now. Something else that you can see, like how the shape of his jaw here is the same thing that I taught about making a square for the eye like this. You can always do for the full face too. So imagine this square and the center is in the eye, and then you see the chin and the line here, and see how much is separated from here. This is kind of like above the mouth here, and then you can find a better way to see the design of his jaw doing this. So I'm just raising this a bit. And what I'm gonna do here now is smooth out that a little bit. He does have a mark. You can see in this picture, he does have a mark, but not that big. So I'm going to, he also have a pretty nice division here. You can dig in a little bit here. And I am starting to like him better. Shin. I always worry a little bit because sometimes I say some silly things. Okay, and this I can also smooth out with a brush later. Doesn't need to be all smoothened right now. Brush always helps. I also use my finger a lot when I reach these areas that are big that my fingers can work on it and smooth all out. All right. I like that. There's something that I noticed here when I added this, I just noticed now, is that even though it's rounded, if you look right under the nose, here is dip, and this is very well shaped. That we did it that last class, and I completely erased as I added this here. So how am I gonna fix that without removing all the volume here? I won't remove the volume from here, but I will mark here and remove the volume from here to get back my philtrum shape here and here a little bit. And dig that out. You don't need to use the same tools as I'm using. Just I don't really use the same tool all the time either. And then fix the nostril, because when we had this, it probably disappeared. See, and as I fix the nostril, I can even dig it a little bit better and rescue the shape of my philtrum here that I absolutely destroyed. And just bring this curve out. And I think that's better now. All right. Probably should do some more digging here. It's probably not enough. I think the filter is thinner than what I digged right there. And it gets closer to the lips here, this volume too. So there, I'm gonna make a mark, okay? And there, I have to dig here. So slowly digging according to where I marked. Then I'll bring it up here so I don't lose the large curve that he has. All right, that's better. See? Now I can see his lips again. Much better. And then other than that, I will just smooth out probably as I go with the brush, as I give details. Thank you. All right, guys, so I think that's good for today. We only have 5 minutes left, and I think we did a lot already. We didn't really work on his chin so much. We could come here and work it out, this curve a little bit better. But we don't have to do it right now. We can leave some for next class. I'm worried that I gave too much content for you guys, and I still have to work on this side. I didn't do anything this side, so that's what we got so far. Oh, it looks pretty good. I like it. Okay? Get a little bit farther. Get in there. Get in there. Put the hair here. Right? All right. So I hope you guys enjoyed this class. Invite your friends and join me. Don't be afraid. Get your sculpture, get your skull. You can go to Etsy. Go etsy.com and then search for Juliana Lupine, and you will find my store where you can buy the skeleton that I used for him. And I don't have the right size eyes, but I do have a class right here in the channel teaching how to make eyes. I'm not sure if the eyes class is private for Patreon. And if it is, guys, my Patreon is only $10 per month, and you can access all my previous classes, all of it. There's so much content in there that you will get lost. There's a John Lennon, Dracula, there's Cot, that is a fat female body. There is, what else? I can never remember. There's the witch. There was a very nice game for the witch that we played. There is, my students always try to, because there's somebody here that keep on asking me to teach a fat body, female body, and I do have the bigger body size on my Patreon, and it's amazing. Madonna's there. Amy Winehouse is still here on YouTube. Madonna was a class? No, Madonna was not a class. I don't think she was. There is, what was the first one I started there? Oh, I don't remember. There are so many classes there I can't remember. Oh, there's the native, the female native, the mother. There is Jasmine. There's Jasmine. Not the Disney character. Jasmine is the Domestic Violence Project. Madonna is sold. Yeah, Jasmine. So Van Gogh, there's Van Gogh. There's so many classes in there. It's only $10 per month, and you can access all the content and enjoy. There's a lot to learn there. There's also some classes like that are like separated from the rest, like the eyes classes, like some anatomy. I think I did foot. I don't remember if I did anything else for that. But anyway, in each of them, you learn a new thing. There's a new pose. There's a new, yeah, there's Dracula. And also, if you join the Patreon classes, you can send me your Facebook link on inbox, and I can add you to our group chat where we help each other through the process. And it's pretty fun. We talk a lot. We share materials. We share other artists. We share our struggles, our frustration, our success. And it's a really nice, fun chat, group chat, all about sculpture. So yeah, but there's a lot of free content here on YouTube as well. And you can also support my work right here on this channel as subscribing as a special fan. Thank you, guys. Oh, Suzanne is a special fan. That's why her name is green. Or a student. I don't know how she signed up, but she's a member of the channel. All right, guys. So I hope to see you all next week, Tuesday, same time, 2:00 p.m. Eastern time. And I hope you guys have the time to finish and reach me in this phase of the face. If not, don't worry. The classes are going to be here. No rush. Take your time. All right. You guys have a great week. Bye-bye.